And now I can give you the official welcome to Event 1 of the Quadrilla World Cup, the Dribble to the Goal event. How this event will work, we'll have marbles going down the Quadrilla track, down to the soccer field, and then they'll have to try to get through the line of goalies down into the goals. And if you get into the goals, that will give you more points than if you do not go in the goals. You still get points if you don't go in the goals, but the goal is to get into the goal. So we'll have to see how these marbles do, what strategies these marbles will take to get through the goalies and actually score the goal in this tournament. Let's talk a little statistics here. We have 4 countries that have not competed in the Hape Quadrilla tournament before, and those countries are Qatar, Japan, Vietnam, and the Philippines. So those are the 4 countries that you want to keep your eye on and see how they do in this tournament. And we also, of course, want to keep our eye on the other 16 teams competing. But they have had some experience in this type of tournament before. So we'll have to see how the 4 new rookie teams are going to do in this tournament. The fans are excited, all in the respective fan groups for each country. You can see China there, Switzerland, Portugal, Argentina. They're all there, all waiting for the start of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Here is the bracket system for the first event in the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. We have the first group, and then the bottom 2 from each of the first groups will be eliminated. And the bottom 3 from the second groups will be eliminated until we get to the final. Now it's time for Event 1, the Dribble to the Goal. Time for Group A. Japan, the United Kingdom, Spain, Qatar, and Vietnam will be starting us off. Who gets out to the lead first? Looks like Qatar and Japan, but it is Spain and the United Kingdom who are in that funnel. And who comes out first? It's Japan. Japan gets up there, not in the goal. We don't have any goals so far. Japan lands in a 2 slot, as well as for Qatar and the United Kingdom. And unfortunately for Vietnam, they will be eliminated by time. So if there is a tiebreaker, it will be broke by time getting to the goal first. So Vietnam was the slowest marble to score, even though he had a 2. So did all the other teams that would eliminate Vietnam because they were the slowest one. At a time of 15.567, which almost a whole second behind the United Kingdom. You can see there, all 3 of those marbles had already made it before Vietnam even got there. So Vietnam and Spain will be eliminated, and that will advance Japan, Qatar, and the United Kingdom to Semifinal A. Now it's time for Group B. Which marbles will it be? China, Argentina, Mexico, Canada, and Brazil. And they are off. China having a rough start, all the way down in last place, and everybody's being led by Brazil and Argentina, 2 rivals. Let's see who gets out first, and it is Brazil who will score a goal first. Look at that. Some of the goalies are dislodged, and Canada gets a goal. That gets them 8 points. Instant advancement for Canada. Mexico comes in at second with 2 points. And Brazil in third with also 2 points. All the other teams did get 2 points, so pretty much at this point, it's all up to time. And Mexico and Brazil were the first 2 down. Argentina coming in third, but unfortunately, Canada scored a goal. And if they hadn't scored that goal, they would have been eliminated. You can see how important these goals really are. Also, an interesting note, 2 of the goalies got dislodged from their locations. Look at that, China bumping Canada into the goal. They really are regretting that now. So Canada, Mexico, and Brazil will advance to the semifinals in this first event. Now it's time for Group C. India, Portugal, the USA, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. And it is Portugal and the Switzerland who is coming out first. Look at that. There's the Netherlands and India. And India gets out first, but no, it's Portugal who is running away with it. But there goes Switzerland. They get the first score. And then the USA and Portugal up next. India and the Netherlands, both blocked by the goalies. They have lost all momentum. They are not moving anymore. And that will eliminate both of them because they did not finish. So Switzerland, the USA, and Portugal will advance to the semifinals of this tournament. You see there, Netherlands and India fighting in that funnel. Before they can get out, there goes Portugal and Switzerland, as well as for the USA. And they overtook India for first place, and that's ultimately what caused their problems, and they were eliminated. Lucky for Portugal, India and the Netherlands didn't score. They were the last one down who actually finished. So Switzerland, the USA, and Portugal will advance to semifinal B. Now it's time for Group D, the last group stage in this tournament. Indonesia, Germany, France, the Philippines, and Italy are competing in this group. Who comes out first? It's the Philippines and Italy in that funnel. But the funnel in the middle seems to be the slowest one. And here comes Indonesia and Germany. And there goes the Philippines. They get 2 points. But there they go. They are in third place because Italy and France both get a score, 8 points. So Germany will be eliminated with 2 points. Barely, because Philippines also had 2 points, but they were there first. And then, of course, Indonesia, they did not finish. They got blocked by the goalies. Unfortunate for them in this first tournament. It really was a wild round. Lots of marbles all going out at the same time. Philippines taking the quick route. But that only scored them 2 points. And then they later found out Italy and France both got 8. The Philippines were lucky. So is Italy, France, and the Philippines advancing to the semifinals of this tournament. Now it's time for semifinal A. And here are the results for 13th through 20th. All the marbles who have been eliminated at this point. We only have 12 more marbles left in this event. And in the next round, the bottom 3 marbles will be eliminated. So we'll only have 6 left in the final. Here we go, semifinal A. Japan, Mexico, Brazil, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Qatar. And it is Brazil leading the pack in that middle funnel. But as we've seen before, the middle funnel can be slow, but Brazil is still able to get out there first. And it is Brazil going to get a goal. And then there goes Japan, who gets 2 points, as well as for Canada. And all those other 3 marbles up in the left also got 2 points. So really it came down to time, except for Brazil. Brazil in first, United Kingdom in second, and Qatar in third place. That will eliminate Japan, Mexico, and Canada. United Kingdom and Qatar both having 13-second finishes. Japan having 15-second, and everybody else below him was slower than 15 seconds. So pretty big gap between the advanced and the eliminated. See there, 2 of the marbles going quick to the left, and that's what advanced the United Kingdom and Qatar. They both were actually faster than Brazil, but Brazil got the 8 points for the goal. So Brazil, the United Kingdom, and Qatar will advance to the final round in this event. Now it's time for semifinal B. The Philippines, Switzerland, France, Italy, the USA, and Portugal. And who comes out? It's the Switzerland being followed by the USA in that middle funnel. But here comes Italy as well, and they overtake. They get 2 points. And here comes Portugal and the Philippines as well. And Switzerland flirting with the goal, but they just aren't able to do it. So really, it came down to time. Italy, Portugal, and the Philippines were the fastest marbles down. Italy with a 12.772 seconds. See, Switzerland and the USA were fighting there, but they just were overtaken by Italy, as well as for the Philippines there and Portugal, who all went towards more of the left side, which seems to be the better side, because if you go to the right side, it's only worth 1 point. So it is Italy, Portugal, and the Philippines who will be your final 3 marbles to advance to the final of this event. So this is the final round, and here are the results from 7th to 12th and the points associated with each of the ranks for these marbles. So it will be the final round. This is all just for the podium. Top 3 get the medals. The bottom 3 still get good points, but it's no medal. The first medal of this tournament is up for grabs right now. Who comes out first? It's Italy, being followed by the Philippines and Brazil in that middle funnel. But here comes the United Kingdom as well as Qatar. United Kingdom gets a goal as well as Qatar. And here comes Portugal as well. That will seal his bronze. Qatar gets the silver, and the United Kingdom gets the gold. The first goal as well as being an actual goal, not just points. A phenomenal finish by the United Kingdom. Qatar also having a phenomenal finish, coming very close behind the United Kingdom, going in the other goal. And then there was another goal, a comeback by Portugal, who I believe was the last marble to finish, and they got a goal as well. Yeah, Portugal 16 seconds. The second slowest time was Brazil at 14, so really a comeback for Portugal, getting third place. All the Portugal fans have to be happy with that one. So it will be the United Kingdom who will be your first champion of the first event in the Hape Quadrilla Marble Run tournament here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. Here are the full results and the points associated with the results. United Kingdom getting 25 points, Qatar getting 20, and Portugal getting 18. We'll have to see how this changes as the event goes on. So here are the overall standings. Pretty much the same, but the United Kingdom does get the one for the gold medal, as well as Qatar and Portugal for silver and the bronze. Definitely something worth being proud of. Also, Qatar, one of the rookie teams, getting second place. They are also going to be the host of the 2022 World Cup. So they are doing good in the Quadrilla World Cup. We'll have to see how they do as this tournament goes along. Also, another rookie team, the Philippines, got 5th. They're doing good as well. Japan got 8th. And unfortunately for Vietnam, they got 14th. Congratulations to the United Kingdom for getting first place in the first event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Qatar coming in at second, and Portugal in third place. An incredible performance by the United Kingdom, getting first finish of the final, as well as scoring the goal. So combined, that was the greatest run. Hello and welcome back to the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, presented by Hape Toys here on Fubeca's Marble Runs. I'm Jeremiah, and I'm glad to welcome you to the second event of this tournament. In the last event, the United Kingdom won, getting first place, Qatar coming in close at second, and Portugal in third place. How will these three teams do in event 2? We're about to find out as we enter the race to the goal. As we take a look at today's track, it is a little bit different than normal. Also, don't forget to use the coupon code Hape Marble Run at the Quadrilla Marble Run website to get 25% off all Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Here is the layout for today's track. As you can see, it's different than last time, and the goal of this event is a little different as well. The main goal, get to the goal as quickly as possible, and that is how you will win this event. As we take a look at the track, we have funnels, we have chutes, we have the blue catching bells, as well as a plinko section at the very start of the course that will stratify the marbles right at the beginning of the race. And now it is time for event 2 of the Hape Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, race to the goal. Here's the bracket system for this event. 4 groups as normal, and the bottom 2 will be eliminated, going down to the semifinals, and the bottom 3 will be eliminated from each semifinal till we only have 6 left in the final. Now it's time for Group A. Indonesia, Brazil, China, Germany, and Portugal will be starting us off through the plinko for the first time, and Portugal gets a huge boost of speed. They bypass the entire plinko section, but since then they've already fallen down, and it is Brazil and China leading the pack in that left funnel. Into the bell they go, and now they're going to start going through the domino section, and who's going to get to the goal first? It's Portugal with the comeback win. China coming in at second, Brazil in third place, and that will unfortunately eliminate Indonesia and Germany, which I'm not sure if Germany even finished. Let's take a look at the replay. You can see Portugal there really just going off to the right side and bypassing the entire plinko section. But then they have a hard time getting through these little metal catching bell elements, and that allowed Brazil and China to come and overpass in these little plastic spirals. Somehow, though, Portugal was able to catch back up. Let's take a look here. They were neck and neck with China, I think China got deflected by one of those dominoes, and that's what let Portugal take the win for this first heat. So we'll be Portugal, China, and Brazil advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group B. Group B, we have Netherlands, the Philippines, Switzerland, Qatar, and Vietnam. And there goes the Netherlands straight through the plinko like we saw with Portugal in the last race. Let's see if they can come back and take the win like Portugal did, or will some other marbles be able to overpass them? They're still in the lead, a little bit different than Portugal in the last time. But here comes Vietnam and Netherlands back for the win. Vietnam almost took it, but got slowed up by the dominoes there. And Philippines does come in third place. That will be the last marble to advance out of this group. So Netherlands, Vietnam, and the Philippines will advance from this group. Qatar and Switzerland will be eliminated in this group stage. You can see there Qatar way back in the spiral. They didn't even finish last though. I'm not sure what happened to Switzerland. You see there Vietnam getting slowed down by some of those dominoes, allowing the Netherlands to catch up, and they were able to take first place. And then Vietnam, and then the Philippines. Qatar and Switzerland were way back there, and Qatar was able to get fourth. So it's Vietnam, the Philippines, and the Netherlands that are going to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group C. We have Mexico, Canada, the United Kingdom, India, and Japan. United Kingdom, the last event's champion. Let's see how they do in this second event. They're in third place right now. Mexico is in the lead, being followed by Canada and then Japan. United Kingdom is down there in fourth place. Now they're in fifth. And it is still Mexico in the lead, but it's being followed very closely by two other marbles. But who's that? That's Japan. Comes out to lead, but hits a marble. Not a marble, a domino. They still are able to take first place. Mexico coming in barely at second. And Canada in third place. The United Kingdom getting eliminated in the first round. That will definitely hurt them in terms of points. India in fifth. They will be eliminated as well. See there, Mexico was in the lead, but somehow Japan came through the other spiral while the camera was watching Mexico fight off those other two marbles, and Japan was able to do a comeback win. Didn't seem like much of a comeback though. Once they got to the field, it was Japan in the lead by a lot. So they have secured their spot in the semifinals. So Mexico, Japan, and Canada will advance to semifinals B. Now it's time for Group D. Spain, Italy, France, Argentina, and the USA. And they're off. And it is Italy who comes out through the plinko first, being followed very closely by Spain and the USA. France and Argentina are having some trouble, especially Argentina. All the other marbles are already in the other spirals. Argentina's still lagging behind. And it is Italy coming out with the win. But here comes Spain, and they overtake, but they mess up. And it is Italy who comes out with the win. USA getting third, barely over France. What a crazy round. Also, Argentina getting a DNF. They didn't even get to the field. Let's take a look at that replay. A lot of action there. Spain was the first one to that little metal bell, but Italy was actually able to exit first. Let's take a look at this finishing replay. Italy in the lead by a lot, but then they have some trouble with that domino, and Spain uses that domino to deflect, passes Italy. Then they have a rebound off of that wall, and Italy just keeps it straight and strong, and they got the first place. And then France hitting that knocked over domino. They almost had third place, but USA came out with the third advancement spot at the last second. Great move by the USA as well. Spain, Italy, and the USA will advance to semifinal B after a frantic round. Now it's time for the first semifinals after we take a look at the results from the 13th to 20th place of this event. Qatar, the last event's second place finisher, did not do very good. He already got eliminated in the first round. Now it's time for the first semifinal. The bottom three marbles in the semifinals will be eliminated. We have Brazil, China, Philippines, Vietnam, Portugal, and the Netherlands. And off they go. Who comes out first? It's Brazil. And then China coming in second, Philippines in third. To the first spirals they go. And Portugal is still in the lead now, being followed very closely by China and the Philippines. And here comes Brazil, and a surprise win by Brazil. China coming in at second. And who comes in third? It's the Philippines. Let's take a look at that replay. No marble really came out really quick, and then Brazil was able to kind of get out of that plinko quick before any other marbles could. And they were able to get out to the lead first. But I think Portugal actually was able to get to the spirals first. See there, Portugal was the first one out of the spirals. But then China was able to get out of that catching device first. But I think they lost out to Brazil. They hit a domino there. And Brazil just went without hitting any dominoes. Then Philippines came in at third. And unfortunately for Portugal, they're the first one out of the spirals, but they lost out just because of that little blue bell section. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we go into the next races. Brazil, Philippines, and China advance to the final. Now it's time for semifinal B. We have Mexico, Japan, Canada, the USA, Italy, and Spain. And it is Italy and Spain who come out first. Spain has some trouble in that little blue bell. And it is Japan and Italy in the lead in that spiral. But don't forget about the USA. They're over on the other spiral. Into the bell they go. And it is Japan going out for the win. But they hit a domino, slowing down quite a bit. And a bump from behind from the USA. And they get first place. USA gets second. And Mexico gets third. Spain gets fourth. And Italy and Canada have both a DNF. So there's Italy. They were doing so good in the spiral section. What happened? Canada didn't even get past the plinko section. Very surprising and unfortunate for Canada. Let's see if we can see what happened to Canada in the replay. They're still moving here. They just aren't able to get past that peg. See Italy in the lead, entering the first spiral. And their first went into the bell as well, but then the other marbles pushed them aside. They were able to get out though. I think they hit a domino here and slowed down quite a bit. Yeah, almost to a stop. And Mexico and the USA both pass. And that's all they needed to eliminate Italy. See there, Spain also trying to get up, but they weren't able to do it because of that domino. So Japan, the USA, and Mexico will be the final three marbles advancing to the finals in this second event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, presented by Hape Toys. We have 6 marbles, 3 of which get to sit on the podium, 3 do not. We'll have to see which marbles are able to do the best in this final round. The final round is about to start. The USA, Japan, the Philippines, Brazil, China, and Mexico. And they are off. It is China and Japan coming out to the lead. But here comes Brazil and Mexico, as well as the Philippines, who are leading off the pack. But it is the USA who's probably going to get out of that first spiral first. And to the field they go. It is the Philippines in lead. But here comes Mexico. And they are able to take first place. And they will be the champion of Event 2. Brazil coming in at second. China in third place. Philippines and the USA both DNF on that domino. A great performance by Mexico. Brazil coming in at second with the silver. China with the bronze. Mexico with the gold. Let's take a look at the replay. China was the first one to get out of the plinko section, being followed very closely by India. But it was the USA and the Philippines who came out to the first spirals. Mexico and Brazil were following closely to the USA and the Philippines. And let's see what happened after that. The USA and the Philippines were the first one to the little bell section, but Mexico was the first one out with the Philippines. The Philippines were actually ahead, but then they hit a domino on that left side. That allowed Mexico to just go straight, barely hitting that domino. And that allowed them to take the win. The USA and the Philippines stuck on that sideways domino. And then Brazil and China coming in second and third. China pushing Brazil into the goal. So it will be Mexico who will be the champion of the second event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Congratulations to them. Now let's take a look at the full results. It is Mexico coming in at first place, Brazil coming in at second, China in third, Japan fourth, the Philippines in fifth, USA in sixth, Portugal seventh, Vietnam in eighth, Netherlands in ninth, and Spain rounds off your top 10. Here are the overall standings. It is Mexico who has taken over first place with 35 points, Brazil in second, Portugal in third place, the United Kingdom has fallen down to fourth, the Philippines are in fifth place. Unfortunate for the United Kingdom. We'll have to see if they can have a comeback in the next couple of videos of this tournament. Congratulations to Mexico for being your champion of Event 2 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Brazil coming in at second and China in third place. Mexico getting the 35 points. Brazil has 34 and China with 22. We are back here at the Fubeca Stadium for the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by Hape Toys. I'm Jeremiah and I'm glad to welcome you to Event 3 of this tournament. The stands are packed, all cheering for the respective countries in the respective cheering sections, all rooting for their country to be crowned champion of this World Cup. We have another event for you today, Shoot to the Goal. So it'll definitely be an interesting event. Here are the overall standings. We have Mexico in first place with 35 points. Brazil very close in second, only 1 point behind with 34. With Portugal coming in at third with 31 points. Don't forget you can get 25% off any Hape Quadrilla Marble Run set on the Hape website using the discount code Hape Marble Run. Also go down to the link in the description and guess which marble will win in the upcoming events. And if you guess correctly, you can have a chance of winning $149 worth of Marble Run sets. Let's take a look at today's track. It starts off with the Plinko, down into the little blue stairs, wooden spirals all around, down to the bell, and then down to a red spiral, down to the final section. And how this will work, the marbles will exit on either side, and the goal is simple, get into the goal, past the goalies. And now it's time for Event 3 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, Shoot for the Goal. Let's take a look at the bracket system for today's tournament. We have Group A, B, C, and D. As always, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Indonesia, and India will start us off. And we are off. Who comes out to lead first? It's India, being followed by Switzerland and then Italy. And they all go on different paths, so it's a little bit hard to judge who's in the lead. India and Switzerland are up there, but here comes Spain as well. There goes Italy first into the bell, or India, and then Italy, being followed by Switzerland. India has a lot of slowed down there, and they're all neck and neck in the spiral. Let's see who gets a goal first. No goals yet. There's one for Spain and one for Indonesia. And there's one for Spain. So those will be your 3 marbles advancing to the next round of this tournament. Unfortunately for India and Italy, they were both eliminated. So if there's a chance that there is a tie in the third and fourth, or if no marbles score, it will be time, of course. So it is a racing aspect, but it also is the scoring of the goals that is the most important. And that's what Spain, Switzerland, and Indonesia did the best. Indonesia would have for sure been eliminated because they were the last one to the field. They did get that goal. So that's what allowed them to be advanced. Bumping India aside. Some ruthless play by Indonesia. And then Switzerland barely getting into that goal right there. They had originally hit the goal post, but they were able to score. So Switzerland, Spain, and Indonesia will go to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group B. Japan, the United Kingdom, Portugal, the Netherlands, and Brazil. So going with Group B. Who comes up to lead first? It's the Netherlands, being followed by Japan, and then Brazil. Portugal is in that first funnel as well as Brazil. And who comes out to first? It's the Netherlands, but they're stuck on the track. They get hit by the United Kingdom. That allows Japan to gain the lead. Let's see if Japan can make any goals here. Netherlands close behind. There's a straight goal for Japan. Netherlands having some trouble. They get blocked by a goalie. And there's a goal for Brazil and Portugal. So Japan, Brazil, and Portugal will be advancing to the next round. The United Kingdom and the Netherlands, unfortunately, will be eliminated. Possibly because the Netherlands got stuck on that little curved section of the track. The United Kingdom had to push them forward to even get to the end of the track. Let's see if we have a replay on that. So the Netherlands being first at the beginning, but they did get stuck after the funnel. See that little curved section right there? They were stuck in the entry of the after that section into that little block element, and the United Kingdom had to push them forward, and that cost them to win. They both kind of lost their bearings after that, and neither of them scored. So Japan, Portugal, and Brazil will advance to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group C, the Philippines, Germany, Qatar, and then who else do we got? We have Mexico and the USA. And they are off. It is the USA and Mexico off to lead, two rivals in this tournament. They go in separate lanes on this track. Let's see who can get out first. Mexico and it looks like the Philippines are in the lead at this point. Philippines overtake for the lead, and Mexico is gone. Where did they go? Mexico is off the track. I think they're going to have a DNF. Philippines, though, going, and they miss a goal, and here comes Spain and the USA. They both get a goal, as well as for Germany. Philippines don't get a goal, and what happened to Mexico? There they are on the ground. What happened to Mexico? An unfortunate event for the leaders overall in the points of this event. Let's take a look at the replay. Mexico's definitely going down on the leaderboard after this event. They may not even get any points. If you DNF, that might even put you last place. They got hit off of the track by the bell. The Philippines hit the bell so hard that it hit Mexico off the track. Very unfortunate event for Mexico. Now it's time for Group D, China, Canada, France, Argentina, and Vietnam. And they are off. It's Canada off to lead, being followed by France, and then Argentina and China. Vietnam is in last place, but they all get stratified in this wooden maze. Who comes out to the lead first? Looks like Canada, being followed by Argentina and then Vietnam into the red funnel. So Canada will have an advantage on terms of time. Will he be able to score? No, he misses completely. Argentina gets a goal post. Vietnam scores. France misses, and then there's China. So Vietnam and China will score. Canada will also advance because they were the first one down. Just like I was saying, they did have the time advantage. Even if they didn't score, they were the fastest ones down. So unless Argentina or France had scored, Canada would have advanced. So the luck of the draw for Canada, and unfortunate for the two blue marbles, Argentina and France. They were both eliminated. And hopefully some of these marbles are taking note on the safety of that bell element. Make sure they hit it correctly. And make sure that they don't get hit off the track like Mexico did in the last heat. China almost hit Canada in that goal there, but would have still advanced Canada anyway. So Vietnam, China, and Canada will go to the semifinals with Qatar, the USA, and Germany. Now it's time for semifinal A. Here are the results for the 13th through 20th place. And unfortunately for Mexico, they get 0 points, as I thought. So their overall score is still at 35. And they're going to be overthrown from the leader position in this tournament. And they are off. This time, it's the bottom three who are eliminated from this round. And it is Portugal, Switzerland, Japan, Brazil, Spain, and Indonesia competing in this first semifinal. Who is out first? It's Portugal, being followed very closely by Japan and then Switzerland. And where is Switzerland? I think somebody fell off. It wasn't Switzerland. I think Spain fell off the track by the bell. Who gets a score? There's Brazil, Switzerland, and Indonesia. Portugal and Japan, both the first marbles to get down to the bottom, but neither of them score. And again, we have a marble on the ground. Unfortunate for Spain. Let's take a look at the replay. Take a look at the yellow and red marble. That's Spain. They were more near to the back of the pack when they were entering this kind of stair section. Kind of a unique element from Hape Toys. But let's keep our eye on Spain. There they go through that little blue teeter-totter section. Alright, here we go. There's Portugal. And then Japan. Spain was in third. The same problem that happened to Mexico. They just get shoved off by the bell. The officials of this tournament are definitely looking into the safety of this bell element for the better well-being of these marbles. Qatar, Vietnam, China, Canada, and the USA will go up in semifinal B. They have started. Hopefully you don't have any more accidents like we've seen for Mexico and Spain. We'll have to see. USA in first. So the first marble is not usually the one who's hit off. It's usually the third or fourth. USA survives. And there goes, who is that? Canada? Canada falls off again. We've had another accident here on this course. USA scores. No one else has scored yet. There's a score for China and Germany. So Qatar, Vietnam, and Canada will be eliminated. We've had another accident here in this event. USA, China, and Germany will advance to the next round. They're lucky they didn't get hit off the track like Canada, Mexico, and Spain. 3 marbles this time. What is happening in this event? Let's take a look at what happened again in this replay. Probably the same thing that happened to Mexico and Spain. Where is Canada? They're in third, going down this left side. See, there's Vietnam, and then Canada getting hit by the bell. The main problem is you have to pass the bell while it's traveling away from the track, not when it's traveling towards you, because it is big enough that it can hit you off the track. It has more weight than a marble can weigh. I am getting word that the placement of the bell has been moved so the marbles will not actually contact it after passing to ensure the safety of the competitors of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. We definitely want safety for these marbles, and these finalists will not have to go through the trauma of dreading being hit by that bell. As we get started with the final, USA, Germany, China, Switzerland, Indonesia, and Brazil are your competitors. It is the USA and Germany who is in the lead, but here comes China into second place. No marbles hitting the bell, and it is the USA who has the time advantage. Will they score? They don't score. Let's see who else can score. There's Indonesia and China, and no other marbles so far, and that will make China the winner of this event, being the fastest marble to score. Indonesia coming in at second, and the USA in third place by time. Let's take a look at the replay. Very nice to know that these marbles are safe from the bell. China coming in at first, Indonesia, and then the USA, Germany, Switzerland, and Brazil unfortunately not making it to the podium, but they still did get in the top 6 overall in this event. They'll definitely get them some more points. You see there, the bell was not moved when the marbles passed them. Very good decision by the people at Fubeca's Marble Runs and Hape Toys. And you can see Germany getting blocked by the goalie there. And Indonesia and China were the first 2 to score and the only 2 to score. I believe China scored first. No, it was Indonesia, but China was the first one to the field. So it is China who will be your champion of Event 3 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, presented by Hape Toys here at Fubeca's Marble Runs. Congratulations to them. And now it's time to look at the full results. China, Indonesia, USA in your top 3. Germany, Switzerland, Brazil in your top 6. Portugal, Qatar, Japan, and Vietnam round off your top 10. Unfortunately, our previous points leader, Mexico, in last place. Mexico has fallen all the way down to 6th place. Brazil has rose to 1st place overall. China in 2nd, and the USA in 3rd place at the end of event 3 of this tournament. We'll have to see how this continues as the entire World Cup continues. Congratulations to China for being the champion of Event 3 of the Hape Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Indonesia coming in at 2nd and the USA in 3rd place. You can see their point standings. Brazil is our overall points leader as we get started with Event 4 of 5 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by Hape Toys. Hey everybody, I'm Jeremiah. Welcome back to Fubeca's Marble Runs. As I said, Brazil is in the lead. The home of Fubeca's Marble Runs, being followed very closely by China and then the USA in 3rd place. 3 powerhouses in the world of marble sports. As we start Event 4, you can see the overall standings here. Brazil with 48, China very close to 47, and USA with 45. We only have 2 more events to go until this overall tournament is complete and we will crown a World Cup champion. Here we see the layout for today's tournament. The starting gate is a little bit different than the last couple of events in this tournament. We have spirals, we have splitters, all of the best things from the Quadrilla Marble Run series, all to lead down to the next World Cup field. Don't forget to use the discount code Hape Marble Run to get 25% off any Quadrilla Marble Run set on the Hape Store. Also, go down to the link in description and guess the winner of the next event, the final event of this tournament. And if you guess correctly, you will get $149 worth of Marble Run sets from Hape Toys. You can see the field here. We have a little plinko section that will block the marbles from getting into the goal. We'll have to see how they react in this tournament. Time for Event 4, Plinko Soccer. Here you can see the group system. We have Group A, B, C, and D as normal. Starting off with Group A, Qatar, Germany, Argentina, Switzerland, and the USA. And we are off. Who comes out first? It's the USA, being followed by Qatar, and then Argentina in 3rd place. Argentina, the bottom sitter in the overall point standings. Let's see if they can climb the tables and get themselves some good points in this event. And the USA is still in the lead, being followed by Argentina now, who has taken over 2nd place as they go through these splitter elements. Let's see who comes out first. It's Argentina. Through the xylophones they go into the field for the first time in this event. Who will score? No scores yet. There's one for the USA. And no other scores. So the USA will get first in this first group. Argentina in 2nd because of their quick finish. The tiebreakers, of course, are the quickest times to the field. So Argentina and Qatar had the 2 quickest times after the USA, who of course scored the goal. So they 3 will advance to the next round. Germany and Switzerland will be eliminated from this tournament. They still have a chance to get points in the final event of this tournament. So I wish all the best to them. As we take a look at the replay here, the USA was in the lead through that spiral section, but then somehow Argentina was able to overtake the lead through the split section. Argentina and Qatar, for that matter, both having some trouble because they hit that little plinko section and that kind of deflected them from getting a goal. So the USA, Argentina, and Qatar will advance to semifinal A. Now it's time for Group B. Vietnam, Japan, Portugal, Indonesia, and China will be joining us for Group B, and it is out of the gate. Vietnam out to the lead, being followed by China, our 2nd overall leader in the overall standings. We'll have to see how they do in this first round. If they get eliminated, for sure, they're going down on the table. But at this point, they're in 1st place, being followed by Vietnam and then Portugal. As we go through the spiral to the xylophones, they go through the little spinner section. It is China first to the field, and they get a goal. Instant advancement for them. No other goals so far, and it'll stay that way. So Vietnam and Japan were the 2 other quickest marbles to get to the field, so they will advance along with China. Portugal and Indonesia will be eliminated, unfortunately, from this tournament. Vietnam and China both quick out of the gate, and they kind of held the lead for the entirety of the race up until the field section. Let's see how China scored there. Straight through the Plinko with ease. And Indonesia, no, that was Japan. Japan barely missed out. They hit the side of the goalpost. They weren't able to just go a little bit to the left and get into the goal. So China, Vietnam, and Japan will join the USA, Argentina, and Qatar in the first semifinal. Now it's time for Group C. Brazil, the Philippines, France, Mexico, and Spain. Brazil, our overall points leader, coming out to first place out of the gate. Let's see what they can do in this event. It is still Brazil, the first and only marble for a while to be in that first plastic spiral, and they're for sure the first marble to be in that first wooden spiral. And Mexico having a lot of trouble getting out of that plastic spiral. I'm not sure what happened, but they are losing motivation. They had a lot of trouble in the last event, which caused them the overall lead in the overall tournament. And it's Spain who gets out to the field first, but Brazil gets a goal, as well as France. Let's see if Mexico can redeem themselves. No. So Brazil and France both have a goal, and then Spain had the quickest time. So three marbles will advance to the semifinals. The Philippines and Mexico will be eliminated. A downfall for Mexico, 2 events in a row. They're definitely having some trouble. And I'm not sure if they are even in contention for the overall championship because there's only 1 event left. We'll have to see how they do in that final event. Brazil, the first marble to score, and France, of course, scored as well. Mexico was actually the last one to the field. Not only did they not score, but they were the last one. So definitely a poor performance for Mexico. Brazil, France, and Spain advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for the final group in the first group stage. United Kingdom, India, Canada, Italy, and the Netherlands. And they are off. Who comes out first? I think that was India, being followed by Canada as we go through the splitter. And this is where a lot of passes happen. And there's Canada and Italy fighting there. Italy has some trouble, and they're slowed down in that spiral section. As you go back to the overall camera view, who comes out to lead? It's Canada, being followed by, I think that's the United Kingdom. Canada through the xylophone, and let's see if they can make a score. Through the Plinko they go, no score so far, and all goes to the left side, and Italy is the only marble to score, which is very lucky for them because they were the last marble to get to the field. So the goal really is the make or break situation in this tournament. Canada and the United Kingdom, the first 2 marbles to get to the field, they will also advance along with Italy. Your last first place in this event. All the marbles going over the xylophone. Must be fun for them. A little bit different from Hape Toys. See, all the other marbles had already gotten to the field. All of them but India had already passed the goal before Italy even got to the field. But they were able to score and will advance to the semifinals. Now it's time for semifinal A. In the second group, the bottom 3 marbles will be eliminated, not the bottom 2. And here are the results from 13th to 20th for this event. Of course, Mexico getting 0 points, 2 events in a row. They may be injured from the last event because they actually got hit off the track from a bell. If you saw the last video, we had a couple incidents with a bell, and that has not been added back to this event. Luckily for these marbles, it is China coming out to lead in the first semifinal. China, Vietnam, Argentina, Qatar, the USA, and Japan all battling for only 3 spots in the final. And this closer funnel here really having some trouble. It is China off to the lead by a significant margin. Then Argentina and the USA coming close. And China first to the field, but they don't get a goal. Argentina doesn't get a goal. No goal for the USA or Spain. Let's see if Japan can take it. No, they don't. So it's the first 3 marbles that got to the field, and they will advance to the next round. China, Argentina, and the USA barely coming out over Vietnam, about a second. These 3 marbles, like I said, will advance to the final round of this tournament, the second finals that we will see in the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Vietnam, Qatar, and Japan will be eliminated from this semifinal. China first down, Argentina in second. They weren't really close. The USA was definitely not close. Maybe if they had made it over that little peg, they may have been able to score a goal. And for a moment there, I thought Japan may have been able to score a goal and kick out the USA from advancement, but they weren't able to do it, which is lucky for the USA, who advances to the final along with Argentina and China. Now it's time for semifinal B. We have 6 marbles competing for 3 spots yet again. Canada, Brazil, Italy, Spain, the United Kingdom, and France. And they are off. They are being led by Canada, who is another marble that actually got hit off the track by the bell in the last event. Let's see if they can redeem themselves in this event and get more points than they did last time. They are leading the pack at this point. Let's see if they can hold it. France wants to pressure them, and it is not happening. And Canada will be the first one to the field, being followed by France. And France gets a goal. Canada does not. So they will advance because of time. France, Canada, and Brazil are your 3 marbles who are advancing. And it looks like Italy had a DNF. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened. United Kingdom, Spain, and Italy all being eliminated from the semifinal. And Canada first to the field, but they didn't score, but France was able to, just ensuring that they would advance from this semifinal. And I believe Italy got caught on the xylophone, which is unfortunate for them. Here are your finalists for the event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by Hape Toys. We have 3 spots on the podium, 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, and of course we have all our marbles competing for it, and Brazil is one of them, as well as China. We'll have to see if one of these marbles can pull off a victory. Brazil got a silver in the last event, but that got them enough points to actually take the overall standings. So let's see what they do in this final. And they are off for the final round of this tournament. Canada coming out to lead, being followed by France, and then Brazil and China as they go through the splitter for the first time out of 2. And it looks like Canada is in the lead still. France and then China, as well as Brazil. They're all in there. The USA and Argentina having some trouble, and they're lagging behind. So their only hope at this point is to get a goal. Through the xylophones they go. Canada is the first to the field. No goal for them. And France and China as well. And no goals for them except for France. France and Argentina both getting a goal. France getting the first one. So France will be your gold medalist of event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. It's Argentina coming in second, Canada in third, and China getting 4th, Brazil in 5th, the USA getting, looks like a DNF. An unfortunate event for the USA, getting so close to getting some more points. I believe the DNF may even cause them to get less points. They might even get down to the bottom of the standings. We'll have to see at the end of the event. But France and Argentina, as well as Canada, your 3 podium sitters for this event. See, Canada was the first one down. They didn't score. And then France, of course, got a score. And Argentina actually was the last marble to get down to the field. And they got a score as well. Let's take a look at the replay there. Great moves by Argentina. So it will be France who will be your overall champion of the event 4 of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Let's take a look at the overall standings. Here they are: France in first, 25 points, Argentina in second with 20, Canada in third, 18, and the USA, even though they did DNF in the last event, still get 6th, and they get 14 points. So they didn't go down to the bottom of the standings. Here are the overall standings. China and Brazil have tied for first place, but China does have the gold medal, so that is the tiebreaker. There in first place by a very slim margin. USA is still in third with 59, only 4 points behind. It's definitely possible for them to win the overall Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup title. Congratulations to France for being the Event 4 champion of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. Argentina coming in at second and Canada in third place. Our 3 podium sitters. After 4 exciting events, it all comes down to this. Hey everybody, I'm Jeremiah. Welcome back to the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by Hape Toys. We have 20 countries who have all competed in the previous 4 events, with China leading the pack with 63 points, only above Brazil because of the gold medal. Brazil has a silver but they also have 63 points. So for Brazil to be able to overtake China and take the World Cup, all you have to do is place over China in this event. We'll have to see how this plays out as this event continues. As we take a look at today's track, we have lots of spirals. We have a very large blue section. I believe this is Hape's packaging that the track comes in, that also doubles as part of the track, which is definitely a unique feature from Hape Toys. You can see it's just a race to the goal. The first marble to get there will be the champion of this event. Don't forget to use the discount code Hape Marble Run at the checkout over at the Hape Store to get 25% off all Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Also, I hope you guessed which marble will win this overall tournament, and I hope you guessed correctly, because if you did, you will get $149 worth of Hape Quadrilla Marble Run sets. Now it's time for the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup, the mixed race. Here we look at the groups A, B, C, and D as normal. First off, we have Group A, the Philippines, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and Spain. We get our first look at this final track with this first 5 marbles. We have Brazil competing in this event. They are in second place, tied with China. Only by medals are they behind. We'll have to see how they do in this event and see if they can even advance as they keep on going. Right now, it's Mexico in lead, being followed by Spain, and then Argentina and the Philippines as they go all into this red inverse spiral and into the orange spiral. This is the first time we've seen this in this tournament. Orange funnel section. Who comes out to the lead? I think it was Brazil, but Spain had already gotten down into the bottom of that funnel, but they got stalled, and Argentina really slow through that spiral. And here comes Spain into the red box section, and they're going to be first place. Who will come in at second? I think it'll be Brazil. Yes, it will. And then Mexico in third place. So Brazil will advance to the next round, as well as Mexico and Spain. And Argentina and the Philippines will be eliminated. So Brazil making it to the next round. That's definitely making their chances greater of overtaking China. We'll have to see how they do in some of the upcoming groups. You see Spain got into that hole of the second orange funnel first, but they weren't able to exit. They got stalled underneath, which is very unfortunate for them. They still were able to get first place because they got bumped out by another marble. I believe that was Brazil. Also a pretty fun element, the Quadrilla Marble Run box used in the set. That just shows the resourcefulness of Hape Toys. Now it's time for Group B, Canada, Portugal, Italy, Qatar, and France. And they are off. None of these top marbles are in the top 3. Portugal is in 4th, but there's a very big gap between 3rd and 4th in the overall standings. Portugal has 48 points, and then the USA has 59, so an 11-point gap, which isn't impossible, but is very difficult for Portugal to even pass the USA, not to mention China and Brazil. Let's see how they do. And right now, looks like they're in 3rd place, and France and Canada are looking like, oh yeah, they're in the back funnel there. And Canada way up in the front. They already entered the blue lid from the Quadrilla Marble Run set. And they're all getting here first. It's going to be a race to the line, but it is France. Comes out to the goal first, being followed by Canada. And who comes in 3rd? I believe it was Italy. And Portugal all the way down in last place. Unfortunately for them, they will not be placing in the top 3. They'll probably be going down on the leaderboard. Take a look at the replay here. A couple of the marbles kind of got ahead pretty quickly. And we're just kind of silently leading the pack. Outside from the camera view, you see there Canada was not in the camera view for a lot of the time. And then a lot of the marbles caught up. And France was able to get there first because they were on the left lane to enter the Quadrilla box there. So France, Canada, and Italy will advance to the semifinal A for the final event of this tournament. Now it's time for Group C. We have Switzerland, India, Japan, China, and Germany. China, our points leader, are having a hard time in the first Plinko already. And it is Germany leading the pack, being followed by Japan and India. And India, I believe, has overtaken. No, that's Japan. Two very similar marbles into the red inverse funnel. And we're about to get to the orange funnels now. And this is where Switzerland can come and overtake. Yes, they do right there. And here comes India as well. And Germany. They all are fighting through these funnels. And I believe that's Switzerland in first place. No, it's Germany. And Germany going around this blue spiral section on that lid. And looks like they're going to take first. No, it's Switzerland. Switzerland out of nowhere comes and takes first place. India in second. And Germany will take third. China will be eliminated in the first round of this event. They are the points leader. I think that's going to change after this event. What a mishap for China. So already Brazil has made it farther than China. So Brazil at this point stands in first place unless something happens as we get going in the semifinals of this event. But we still have one more group to go in the group stage, Group D. So we'll have to see what marbles will join the 3 marbles that advance from this event. You see the bells have been returned. Hopefully they have been adjusted to make it more safe for these marbles to use them. So we have Switzerland, India, and Germany advancing to the semifinals. Now it's time for Group D. Final group in this group stage. Only 3 will make it out. The Netherlands, the United Kingdom, USA, Vietnam, and Indonesia. The USA, the 3rd place in the overall points. They're in 2nd place right now in this race. We'll have to see if they can advance from this tournament or if they get eliminated just like China did in the last event. And what's happened here? We have some marbles stuck, and 4 marbles are stuck in the funnel. We're going to have a restart here. An anomaly happening in Group D. USA and Indonesia getting wedged, both entering the exit funnel of that double spiral at the same time, and they got the rest of the field blocked. Looks like we have a cleaner exit this time, but still they are pretty close, and it is the Netherlands coming out to lead, the United Kingdom coming in at 2nd, and Vietnam in 3rd, but they're all about to get stratified through the orange funnels, and it is still the Netherlands in lead, being followed by Indonesia and then the USA. The USA in the last spot that's not eliminated. Let's see if the United Kingdom or Vietnam can catch up, or if the USA will be able to withstand the pressure, and it is the Netherlands who will come out in first place. Indonesia in 2nd, who will come out in 3rd. Here comes the USA. No problem for them because the United Kingdom and Vietnam are so far behind. These 2 marbles will be eliminated. So the USA will make it to the semifinals, and they have a chance to get farther than Brazil. They're only 4 points behind Brazil. If they place high enough, they will be able to overtake Brazil. But at this point, there still is a chance for some other marbles to overtake. But at this point, it's a fight between the USA and Brazil. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Indonesia passing the USA there through that orange funnel. And that let them get to 2nd place. And that got them to their advancement spot. So the Netherlands, Indonesia, and the USA will advance to semifinal B. Now it's time for semifinal A. But first, let's take a look at the results for the 13th through 20th places. China gets 0 points. That's got to be hard for them to swallow. They are going down and probably will get thrown off the overall lead in this tournament. Now it's time for semifinal A. Brazil, Canada, Spain, Mexico, Italy, and France. And let's see if Brazil can withstand another round. They are in the lead at this point, but Italy comes out in the lead through the other funnel, and then Spain. And I think France is in there as well. And Mexico and Canada lagging behind, and Brazil stalled on that track. And they're all fighting through this orange funnel now. And Brazil and Spain really lagging behind. Canada and France already in that funnel right before the blue section. Here comes, I believe that's Italy. And who will come out first? Ooh, France coming out there right over Canada, taking the quicker route on that box. So France, Canada, and Italy will be advancing. Mexico, Spain, and Brazil will be eliminated from this tournament. Unbelievable for Brazil. The USA could totally take this event. Let's take a look at the replay. Brazil will be getting not very many points. They won't be getting 0 because that's what China had. But this leaves them very vulnerable for the USA to come over and take first place in the overall leaderboard. So they just had trouble with Spain getting out of these orange funnels. I think that's what cost them the win. France coming out through that quicker section of that box. There's multiple lanes you could take. And France did the right one. So France, Canada, and Italy will advance to the final round of the final event of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup presented by Hape Toys. Now it's time for Semifinal B. Here comes the USA. This is their time to shine. The USA, India, Switzerland, as well as India, Germany, and Indonesia. We are going here. Who is in the lead? It's the Netherlands being followed by India and then the USA. Let's see who can come out first. Oh, look at that. A shortcut by Indonesia, skipping multiple lanes in the inverse funnel. That takes them to first place. Is that legal? Get going to the red spiral section. Indonesia using that advantage very well. I've never seen anything like that here on the World Cup. Who is that? Here comes Germany, and they're in first place out of nowhere. Indonesia coming at second. Who's in third? It's Switzerland. USA has been eliminated from the semifinals. Who will win this tournament? Not even sure if they got higher than Brazil. India, the USA, and the Netherlands will be eliminated from the semifinals. No marble in the top 3 have advanced to the final in this final round. At this point, I have no idea who is in contention for the win. Let's take a look at the replay here. Indonesia taking a shortcut on the red spiral right before these orange funnels. See, that's how they got so far ahead. But they weren't actually able to win. It was Germany who came out and took the lead out of nowhere. I'm not even sure how they did it. I think they were on the far spiral end of the track. But it was Germany, then Indonesia, and Switzerland. And those will be your 3 remaining teams who will advance to the final round of the Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup. It's time for the final. 6 teams left. 3 of which will be able to sit on the podium individually for this event. But I'm not sure who will be able to win the overall World Cup title. Here we go. Final round of the final event of this overall tournament. Canada, France, Italy, Indonesia, Switzerland, and Germany are your contestants. And who is it first? It's Indonesia in the far funnel. And who's leading the near funnel? It's Germany. And Indonesia having a good lead. Let's see if they can do another shortcut. No, they don't. And France is bringing up the back of the pack. Indonesia in the lead, but bad stuff can happen in these orange funnels. But they are able to get through it clean, being followed by Germany. And now France is in that far funnel, and they've gotten out of the back of the pack. It's a race between Germany and Indonesia for the win in this event. Let's see who can do it. Indonesia is in there first. They are going to be the champions of this event. And who comes in second? France overtakes Germany at the last second. France will take second. Germany in third. Italy fourth. Canada fifth. And Switzerland will take sixth. But the real question is, who is the World Cup champion? The officials are tabulating the results as we speak for the final results of this overall tournament. And it looks like Switzerland had a DNF. Let's take a look at the replay, see where they DNF'd. It's a good race for Indonesia, in lead for almost the entire race. And then France, an underdog story, being in last place in this section of the race. But they were able to take second over Germany through that last red box section of the track. And they got silver medal in this event. A good accomplishment for them. We'll have to see where they finish in the overall standings. But China, Brazil, and the USA all not making it to the final. Not sure if their points will be enough to withstand some of these other marble teams who finished in the final. Especially Indonesia, who finished first. I'm not sure if they had enough points to advance them to the podium. But we'll have to see as the final results are posted. So Indonesia is your champion of this event. And now we await who will be the champion of the World Cup. So here are the full results from this event. Indonesia gets 25 points, France gets 20, Germany gets 18. Let's see where the USA is. They get 11, Brazil gets 9. So that's not a very big gap between those two. I believe Brazil will still be ahead of the USA. But Brazil will be your champion of this overall tournament. The USA coming in close, only 2 points behind. China in third place with 63 points. Congratulations to Brazil, the home country of Fubeca's marble runs. They came out and triumphed in this tournament. But now we get to congratulate Indonesia for their event win with 57 points, finishing off their overall standings. France coming in at second, Germany in third place. But today, everybody aspires to be Brazil, your Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup champions. A complete surprise for the overall results because Brazil did not make it to the final. Neither did the USA or China, but they all still get to sit on the podium. A congratulations to Brazil for getting first place and being a World Cup champion. USA getting the runner-up. They also had an amazing event. And China coming in at third place, unfortunately losing the overall champion spot, but they still get to sit on the podium. So there you go. The Quadrilla Marble Run World Cup has officially come to a close. Did you guess correctly on who would win the final event? I hope you did. Thank you again to Hape Toys for sponsoring this overall season. And we look forward to seeing what Fubeca has in store for us next. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more Fubeca's